morning, Sunday morning. I hope you're all doing well. I'm so happy and honored to be here today and to share my practice with you. Before we get started, we have an all-level class here. I always invite you to, first of all, honor your body. And let me just check the video for a second. You don't see me? I'm there.
There's nobody there.
Sorry, 1 minute.
Somebody now.
Okay, technical. I thought we have a technical issue, but it's not, and that's a part of what we're doing now. So, Sunday morning, I'm happy to be here, honored to be here, and I would love for you to honor your practice. That means that you have an injury, please modify. If you have more spice in you today, feel free to add extra chacharangas or bring it up a little notch, and I'll always give you cues and modifications. Before we get our class started, if you have a block or two, that would be wonderful. If you don't, maybe a pillow. And then if you have a strap or a towel, if not necessary, but you might need it depending on your shoulders. So come to a seat. If you have a block, just put it horizontal on the floor. If you have two blocks, I personally like to put two of them together like so. And then we're gonna come into cross-legged Sukhasana here. Easy pose, come to the tips of your sitting bones. Keep your left shin in front of your right shin and allow your knees to be lower than your hips. Last week's focus, we were talking about creating a sense of stability in our practice in order to create a sense of ease. Today our focal, or I would like to talk a little bit about, is the law of the garbage truck. And then you're going to ask, what does the garbage truck have to do with yoga? So since we are all quarantined and each and every one of us has some sort of a garbage truck, right? We have frustrations, we have emotions, we have uncertainties. And what happens is when we load our garbage truck, we have at one point have to unload some of it. And oftentimes it might be someone on the road, it might be your husband, your sister, your friend, your child, your dog, who knows what. So if you are the one that someone just unloaded the garbage truck on you, understand that the garbage truck was full and don't take it personally. It's not about you. And the one nice way to do that is when we are wise and we acknowledge that, is we just smile, wave the hand and say everything is cool. If you are the one that is your garbage truck is full and you need to offload it, sometimes it's nice to express that and say, I feel frustrated, or I feel bored and I feel scared. Whatever that is, share that with that person. Saying all of that, the practice of yoga allows us to do that. It allows us to unload the energy that doesn't serve us and then to embrace energy that does serve us. So through your practice today, please feel what you feel, exhale all the tension out, and then each inhalation, let it fill you with love, with compassion, with appreciation of who you are, for appreciation for being human. And we are all in this together. If you're feeling those sensations, most likely we all do feel something like that. So, let's go ahead and bring awareness to our sitting bones, grounded into the block or the earth. Allow your shoulders to be over your sitting bones. Soften your breath. Soften your gaze. And just notice what you're bringing into your mat. Your index and thumb can be together in a Gaya Mudra, and then the three other fingers just open. Receiving. When the palms are up, we receive. And notice what did you bring into your mat at the moment, with no judgment, just starting to bring awareness to your breath from your third eye And now you're turning your inner flashlight from your third eye in order to have awareness and clarity of where you are in your body, and allow your breath to follow. Start to breathe in through your chest, so three-dimensional breath without any force. Envision you have this little accordion in your chest cavity and you're expanding your chest through the front, through the intercostal muscles and through the back of your heart. And with each cycle of your breath, you're creating more volume, and then notice that that's creating a shape change in your abdomen as well. Take a moment to settle in and to internalize the words we were talking about, and offloading our garbage from this garbage truck. Each inhalation is making your body, your mind brighter, calmer. Ujjayi Pranayama, breathing, victorious breath, breathing in through the nose, contracting the back of your vocal cords and exhaling through your nose. Slightly settle down here, open your eyes, release your fingers, little circles here. Yeah. Interlace your hands together, flip your fingers away, the palms away from you, bend your elbows on the inhale, on the exhale, lengthen. Breathe. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your ribcage away from your sitting bones. And then slowly release it. Turn over to the right, lift your spine tall, gaze over to the right, and then allow your right rib cage to twist to the left. So there is a rotation here. Breathe. Gaze forward. Bring your hands forward and up and over to the left. Ground through the sitting bones, and then twisting to the left, your left rib cage is twisting to the right. Feel the energy through your spine, through the crown of your head. Slowly gaze forward, release your hands, and then change your shins. Bring your right foot in front of the left foot. Keep your right fingertips on the right. Turn your right palm all the way up and over your head. Draw the left sitting bone down, lift your ribcage up, and breathe. Feel free to gaze down or up, and take advantage of opening your intercostal muscles, serratus, your lats. Slowly release and simply chin sides. Turn your right palm up, over your ear, and then ground your right sitting bone. Breathe here. Keep a sense of space between each and every vertebra in your spine, but without extra force. Everything is gentle, gradual. As you ground your sitting bones, notice your ribcage is lifting up and over. Slowly release it. A few shoulder rolls. Very nice. Release. Come off the blocks. Put your blocks to the side. Come into all fours. And then just watch me for a moment. We're going to bring your hips over to the right, and then come to the left foot, open your left knee to the left, and then draw your hips back. Opening the QL muscles, the low back here. Breathe. And we'll go to the other side, coming to all fours. Shift your hips to the left. Open your right hip to the right. Draw the hips back. Breathe. We'll do that one more time on each side. Come all the way to all fours. Gaze over to the left, draw your hips to the right, and open your hips. Again, notice, investigate where you are in your body. Where do you feel congested? Breathing there. And then come all the way one more time. Inhale. On the exhale, engage your core, draw your hips to the left, open your right knee. Shift your hips towards your right leg. And slowly come center, release it. Turn your palms the other way so your fingers are facing your knees. If you're super flexible, then your hands will be further from your knees. If you're not that flexible, then you bring your hands closer, or you can even take them outside a little bit. Tuck your chin under. On the inhale, gaze forward, drop your shoulder blades towards the earth. Shine your sitting bones up. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin under, round your spine, gaze towards your navel, maybe draw the hips back. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Notice the right hand, notice the left, notice your spine. Inhale. Make sure you don't put all your load in your low back in the cow pose. Try to bring energy to the space below your shoulder blades. And then exhale, round your spine. Take your hips all the way back, or as back as you can. Slowly release. Peel your hands, slowly. Open your knees, bring the big toes together, child's pose. Allow it to be an active child's pose here. As you descend, press your fingers, grip the mat with your fingers, and then draw the shoulders back. Breathe here. And then inhale, gaze forward towards your thumbs. This is a perfect alignment for your down dog, coming from child's pose with active arms. Now tuck your toes under. Keep your knees bent, shift your hips up towards the ceiling. Shine your sitting bones, shine your sitting bones. Bend your knees, bring your chest towards your thighs. And then slowly straighten one knee and then another. Your feet will be about hip width apart. If you're more flexible, they'll be closer. Pivot your feet just a little bit, and now look at your palms. For a moment, envision you have a block between your elbows. Squeeze that block, squeeze the block, good. Create space between your shoulder blades, and now shine your heart towards the crown of your head. Keep breathing. Push the floor with your shoulders. Squeeze that imaginary block between your elbows. And slowly gaze forward, lower your knees slowly to the floor. Good. Relax your feet down. Pivot your left foot to the side of your mat, and then your right leg is going to extend. I'll just face you so you can see me. So your left leg is pivoted, your right leg is extended. Align your knee with your foot, and then bring your hands forward in front of you. Get a nice stretch. Again, opening your adductor muscle here, the inner right thigh, your glutes, the attachment, your QL muscles, the low back. Breathe. Inhale, gaze forward, bring your weight forward. Exhale, engage your core, draw the hips back. Slowly walk your hands towards you. Use your core, lift your arms out in a T position. Good. Inhale, turn your palms up, open, gaze up. Exhale, open your arms in a T. Do that again. Lift up your palms all the way up. Exhale, lower. Thumbs down, right elbow under left elbow, eagle arms. Some of you may just go one time. If you have more space, then bring your palms together. Draw the elbows forward, shoulders back and down. Inhale here. Exhale, engage your core on the exhalation, lower. Draw the hips back, draw the shoulders back. You could go all the way down. You can stay halfway. Just opening your shoulder girdle here. Trying to complement what we do all day. What we should do is this, and what we're doing is a lot of TV and phone. Breathe here. Slowly come all the way up. Release your arms. Very nice. Pivot your left foot back now, and then your right leg goes back behind you. Align your body. On the inhale, your right knee towards your right elbow. On the exhale, take your right leg behind you, tuck your toes under, gaze over the left shoulder. Use your core. Here we go. Inhale, knee to your elbow, maybe to your triceps. Exhale, take it behind you. Open. One more time. Inhale, knee to your elbow or triceps. Exhale. Stretch it out here. Breathe. And now with your next breath, inhale, bring your leg, bend your knee and bring it to 45 degrees to the edge of your mat. Take your left knee, tuck your toes under, walk your left knee back a little bit and to the left. And we get a nice inner groin adductor stretching a little bit deeper now. Inhale here, come to your fingertips, exhale, draw your belly in, draw the hips to the right. And I draw the left inner knee towards your right heel. Be light here. Let your core hold you and know the strength of your fingers. And then go back, straighten the leg any amount. And do it again. Inhale, neutral, exhale, draw the hips to the right. Notice again, the practice of yoga is all about exploring, learning the body's language, and where do you have to untangle your garbage truck. Slowly come center. Frame your right foot. If you have a block or two, this is a wonderful time to take it to assist you, and then lift up your right toes. Draw the right heel towards your right sitting bone. Breathe here, and then again, feel free to bend your knee a little bit, and then straighten. Remember, this practice is for all levels, so you know where you are. If you need to take it easier, you will. If you need to go a little further, you know how to deepen your practice here. If you don't need blocks, then just let them go. Breathe, straighten, one more time. Good. Okay, if you have a block, keep the block to the inside of your shin. Use your core and then bend the right elbow and then open your arm, open your heart. If you want a little more spice, then you might bring your left hand to your right rib cage. Draw the right ribs to the left, open your heart to the right. For 3, breathe 2, and 1. Slowly gaze forward to the front of your mat. Bring your right leg back, downward facing dog. Breathe here, bend your knee one at a time. Pike your sitting bones high. And then engage your knees and lift the front of your thigh all the way up to open your low back. Breathe. Inhale here. Exhale, gaze forward, lower your knees. Hover slowly, 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 shoulders over your wrist. Lower your knees down to the floor. Pivot your right foot behind you. Extend the left leg to the side. So you're in modified side plank here. Bring your hands in front of you. Inhale, engage your core and all the way forward. So align your shoulder with your hip. Inhale, gaze forward, bring your weight forward. Exhale, belly in, draw the hips back. Press the outer blade of your left foot. Shine your heart forward, so your shoulders, if you find that your shoulders are by your ears, draw them back and then bring your heart towards your chin. Again, bring your weight forward. Explore. Notice what happens when you come forward. Notice what happens when you go back. And then draw the hips back. Use your core. Bring your hands towards your hips. Lift up your palms all the way up to a T. Palms down on the inhale. Lift up. Turn your palms up. Exhale, push with resistance. One more. Inhale, turn your palms up. Gaze up. Exhale, push. Thumbs down. Left elbow under the right elbow. One time or twice. Elbows away from you, shoulders back and down. Inhale here. Stay here or use your core. Come back down with me. The shoulders would want to come by your ears. Draw them back. There is a little tug of war between your elbows and your shoulders. Pelvis floor, pelvic is active. Breathe into your rib cage. Exhale from your belly. Slowly use your core to come all the way up. Release your arms. Bring your hands to the front of your mat. Pivot your right foot. Organize yourself. Gaze forward. Lift up your left leg. Knee to elbow. Left elbow. Extend it all the way behind you. Gaze over the right shoulder. Breathe again. Shine your heart forward. Inhale, knee to elbow squeeze or triceps. Take it behind you. Gaze over the right shoulder. One more. Inhale, knee to triceps or elbow or wrist for some of you. Take it all the way behind. Inhale, gaze forward, bend your knee. Bring your foot 45 degrees. Good. Come to your fingertips. Before you come to your fingertips, actually, tuck your right toes under, walk your right knee back, and then walk your right knee to the right side of your mat. Relax the foot. Come to your fingertips. Inhale. On the exhale, draw your hips to the left. Get a nice inner groin stretch here. Let your core hold you more than your fingertips. Inhale, and then on the exhale, straighten your leg any amount. Just draw the hip back. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, draw your hips to the left. Drag your right inner knee towards your left heel. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, draw your hips back, and this time frame your left foot, lift up your left toes. Find your blocks if you need blocks, or one. And I draw the left heel towards your left sitting bone, as if you're dragging that heel back. That's gonna activate, open, and also open your back line, your heart shining forward. Feel free to bend your knee as many times as you need to. If you feel a lot of pulling sensations, then I recommend for you to bend and straighten to hydrate that tissue and the joints. The more you bend and straighten, the more you're hydrating and promoting blood flow to break some of that connective tissue. Breathe here. Okay, here we go. If you have a block, keep the block to the inside of your shin. If you don't have it, you can keep it on your shin itself. And then squeeze your inner legs, activate your core, and then bend their left elbow, open your heart. You want a little bit more, squeeze your inner legs a lot. Take your right hand to your left ribs. Serratus here, intercostal, and now as you're twisting to the left, draw your left ribs to the right. Breathe for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly release your hands. Take your left leg behind you, child's pose, just to arrange your down dog. Shift your hips right and left, organize. And then downward facing dog. Breathe. Each time your hips are higher, don't worry about your heels so much, but your hips, your sitting bones. And then your shoulders are broad. Shine your heart forward. Push the floor with your shoulders. And now slowly gaze forward and tippy toes your feet to the front of your mat. Open your feet about hip width apart. Hold on to opposite elbow. And now draw the shoulders away from your ears. Engage your knees and draw your hips back. Feel free to bend one knee and then another. You don't have to stay rigid. Wake up your body the way you feel can suit you best. Breathe. Slowly release your arms. Shake it off. Bring your hands to your shins. And slowly, as you engage your core, walk your hands on your thighs all the way up to standing. Okay, so we'll do just a variation of a half salute just to warm up the body a little bit more and to get rid of a lot of our garbage. So just watch me for the first one and you'll see. It's going to be a 3-part breath through your chest. The exhalation comes from your lower abdomen. So it's going to look like this. Okay? 5 times. Here we go. Nice. Slowly release. Take your hands to your hips. Engage your glute, engage your core, and come all the way up from your hips. This will be a way for you to come up when we come forward and back from forward fold. The safe way is to engage your glutes, your core, and then you're coming from your glute region rather than from your low back. So you power and then we lift the arms up. All right, so I hope you are a little bit warmer. Bring your feet together, spread your toes, hands to your heart center, and take a moment to be grateful for being here. The appreciation of having beautiful tools and awareness to understand other people's frustrations and where it's coming from, and sometimes to give us permission to be humans and voice what we feel. Wherever you are, always your inner light is shining to guide you, to bring you back home before your habits take over. That's very important. Take a pause, like we're doing right now. With the next breath, open your arms, inhale. On the exhale, form your belly, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, left leg goes back. Open your heart, knee almost touching the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. We move a little bit faster now. Left leg comes up. Gaze forward, left foot forward. Lower your right knee almost to the floor. Open your heart. Draw your hips back to come to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Hands to your hips. Engage your core, engage your glutes. Slowly come all the way up, hands over your head to your heart center. Inhale, open. Exhale from your belly, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, right leg goes back. Lower your knee almost to the floor. Open your heart. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet together. Right leg lifts. All 5 toes are down. Square your hips. Bring it forward. Lower your left knee almost to the floor. Open your heart. Draw your hips back to come to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to your hips. Shoulder, elbows back. Power your belly, power your glutes. Lift up. Hands over your head to your heart center. Okay, so remember you can spice it up with chaturangas any way that works for you. You can skip chaturangas altogether, stay in plank, or go to down dog. I'll give you all of those options. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, left leg goes back, Anjaneyasana. Lower your knee down to the floor. Relax your back foot, square your hips. Come up. So now you're drawing your right heel back, your left knee forward. Pelvic flow in and up. Breathe here. Bring your hands all the way up. Breathe. Open your arms in a T position. Lower your thumbs down. Again, right elbow under the left. Remember, if you have one twist, good enough. If you don't, if you have more, then please bring your palms together. Elbows forward, shoulders away from you. Use your core. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring your elbows to the inside. Engage your core to protect your back. Shoulders away from your ear. Here we go again. Inhale, open. Creating more heat now. Go slow. Exhale, engage your core, come forward. Find the space between your elbows and your shoulders. One more time. Inhale, lift. Open. Exhale. Squeeze the inner legs to give you stability. Inhale, lift. Free your arms. From your right foot, downward facing dog. Come to plank pose. Shoulders over your wrists. Stay here, or you can lower your knees, chest and chin, brace your elbows. Come all the way down to the floor. Cobra or up dog. Bring your heels together. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Notice where you feel, notice the heat coming on board. Shine your heart forward. Feet together. Lift up your left leg. Gaze forward, left foot forward. Pyramid pose. Bring your right leg closer. Make sure your feet are about hip width apart. If you need a block or two, this is the time to grab them. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward. Again, if you have any other variation, you can bring your hands behind you, shine your heart forward. Squeeze your inner legs together like you have a block. Now can you hug your belly, lift your hip points up, and then shine your heart forward. With your next breath, gaze forward, bend your left knee, bring your hands to your heart center, chair pose, right foot next to the left foot. Extend your arms, Tuck your tailbone just a little bit, not too much. Breathe here, inhale, exhale, hands to your heart center. I'm getting warmer, I hope you are. Take a moment, feel the vibrations, and then exhale them out. When we practice yoga, our garbage truck really gets offloaded, so we feel good about ourselves. And it's so pleasant to be around us because we are pleasant to be, we are pleasant beings. We have all that compassion to share. The gift is in the giving. You first have to give you so you can give to others. If you just deplete yourself and you give, at one point your body is going to say, I feel it. Side B, inhale, open your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, right leg goes back. Lower your knee down. Organize, inner legs active. Lift your hands up. Breathe. So your knee, your ankle, and your hip are all aligned together. Find that dual action, your right knee forward, your left heel backwards. Breathe, open your arms. Lower your thumbs down, left elbow under the right. One time or two, Garudasana arms. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, elbows to the inside. Draw the left hip back. Draw the hips. Use your core. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, engage your core to come down, to protect you. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. Free your arms. Frame your left foot. Downward facing dog. Nice and smooth. Come all the way to plank pose. Shoulders over your waist. Come to your tippy toes. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you lower your knees. Maybe you lower your chest and your chin. Straighten your body out. Cobra or up dog. If you come into up dog, take your palms further down and then press the tops of your feet to lift your knees, to lift your hip off the floor. Breathe here. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Down dog now is our resting pose. Child's pose is always inviting you if you need it. Right leg lifts. Spread your toes, inhale. Right foot forward. Pyramid pose, bring your left foot in a little bit. Make sure your feet are as wide as your hips. Find your blocks if you need them. Right hips goes back, shine your heart forward, gaze forward, shoulders back. Squeeze your inner legs. And then forward fold. Breathe. With your next breath, bend your right knee, engage your core, bring your hands to your heart center. Chair pose, left foot, maybe you walk it 1 time, 3 times, or all at once. Extend your arms. Breathe. Tuck your tailbone under just a little bit. Inhale, straighten, hands to your heart center, and exhale. Take a moment. Slow the vibrations down. Notice that through the heat, we create space. With your next breath, open your eyes, hip width apart. If you have a strap, it's nice to get a different experience even if you're flexible. So you're gonna open your hips wide. Take your palms behind you, hold on to a strap, and I want you to lift your shoulders up and back and down, okay? That will be the motion. So inhale, open your heart. On the exhale, from your lower navel, lower down, engage. Lift your shoulders up, back. Good. Breathe. Shine your sitting bones up. Create space between your shoulders and your ears. Engage your knees to open your hamstrings. Slowly bend your knees, slightly engage your core. Push the floor to come all the way up. Nice. Take the strap to the side. Make sure it's not in your way so you don't trip over it. Adding on a little bit more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, left leg goes back, runner's lunge. At any time, you can lower your knee down. Organize your inner thighs. Think about your lifting your hip points towards your chest, and then come all the way. Crescent pose. Squeeze that imaginary block between your thighs. Your heart is open. Open your arms out in a T, thumbs are down. Right elbow under the left elbow. Draw the shoulders back. Breathe. Lift your chest up. Inhale. Exhale, shine your heart forward, shoulders away from your ears. Oh, here we go. Stay here. Draw the right hip back. Engage the back leg. Strong. Breathe. Remember, you can lower your knee at any time. It's only short-lived. Breathe here. Slowly release your palms. Three-legged down dog. Open that hip. Stack your hips. Bend your knee. Gaze over the left shoulder. Breathe. Slowly square your hips. Downward facing dog. Come all the way down. Plank pose. Lower your knees down. We'll take a little break. Come all the way down to the floor. Take your right hand. Take your right hand, so I'll turn around so you can see me. You're going to take your right hand in a cactus arm. Make sure both arms can be in cactus for right now. Your right cheek is on the floor. You're going to shift your hips to the left a little bit. And then flip your left leg up and over, any amount. Breathe here. We have about 60 seconds. Take a moment to unwind, to empty your, just stay there, just talking to and guiding you. Try to breathe also through your spine. Sometimes I like to rock my hips forward and back to wake up any connective tissue that is caught in there. And then this is your opportunity again to go into that garbage truck and offload all of those dormant energy and things that we bottle up. Just by being at home, we don't have that freedom to offload all of that stuff. Slowly come all the way to your belly. And we'll go to the other side. Shift your hips to the right. Keep both arms in cactus arms. Left cheek on the floor. Lift up your right leg. Inhale. Kick it behind you. Breathe. Notice where you feel the sensations. Can you create a sense of quietness in your mind? So you can create a sense of clarity. When your mind is quiet, it's much easier to really focus on where you are in your body. So turn the light on from your third eye in the form of a flashlight. And sometimes your flashlight has aromatherapy oil to melt into those cobwebs in your body. Slowly release. Bring your right leg over to the center. Come through, hands by your chest. Come in through cobra or up dog to downward facing dog. We'll continue on our journey. If you have your block, you may want to put one block in front of you. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Square your hips. Bring your left foot forward. Shorten your right foot again. This time, take your, keep your left hand on the floor or on a block just for a moment, just to lengthen your spine a little bit more, and take your right hand forward. If you have a block, another block, that's awesome. Take the block way out there, further. Breathe, you lengthen your spine. Draw the hips back, draw the hips back. Breathe. And now from here, inhale, bend your left knee slightly. Take your block to the right and forward a little bit, and then lift up your right leg. Keep your left hand on your hip for now. Square your hips as best as you can. All 5 toes are down, right toes. So my left foot is forward, the right leg is back. Shine your heart forward, and now when you feel that stability, bend the left elbow and then see if you can open your heart to the left. Revolved half moon here, Ardha Chandrasana, Pavarita. Breathe. For 3, for 2, and 1. Gaze down, bend your left knee slightly. Bring your right foot next to the left foot, chair pose. Breathe. Draw your way to your heels. A little more spice. We're going to take the right leg back into a runner's lunge. And then bring it forward. Left leg back. Bring it forward. Just one more. Right back. Lunge it. You can always bring your right knee down or stay in chair. There we go. Slowly come center. Straighten your arms. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ha, ya, ya. Vibrations. Slow them down. Breathe. Remember, your practice is made of many little poses. So don't let your head think it's one big cloud of whatever that is. Always break it down. Okay, inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, right leg goes back. Crescent pose. Remember, you can lower your knee down if you need to. Lift your chest. Lift your hip point, back leg strong. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward. Open your arms out in a T. Left thumbs down, left elbow under the right. Garudasana arms, open your heart, inhale. Exhale, come forward, and you can lower your knee. I say it again. Step back. Okay, 3-legged down dog. Open the leg all the way up. And stack your hips. Gaze over the right shoulder. Come all the way to downward facing dog. Plank pose again, chaturanga, any variation that works for you. You can lower all the way. Or from your knees. Open. Breathe. Okay, so from here, take your hands behind you, behind your low back. Just put one hand in front of the other, bring your feet together, shoulders up and back, just another variation for locust pose. Breathe here, breathe into your chest. On the exhalation, lift up your chest, lift your shoulders. Just stay here, this is just a different variation. Much friendlier on the low back. Lift your knees without lifting your feet. Press the tops of your feet. Lift. Very nice. Slowly release your forehead, release your knees. Hands by your chest. Child's pose. Take a moment here. Slowly gaze forward. We'll come into a little back bend here. Camel pose, Ustrasana. Feel free to tuck your toes under. Come all the way up to your knees. So make sure all 10 toes. The important part with Ustrasana, with camel pose, is you want your thighs to stay forward. You don't want them to go back. Stay forward as best as you can. And now a back bend is a heart opener, so we're gonna open the heart. Make sure you don't put all your weight in your low back. So think about the space below your shoulder blades. Turn the light on here. Engage your inner legs, your outer glutes. Inhale, lift up. Keep your heart open, keep your heart. Tuck your chin down for now. Tuck your chin down and then open your heart. Lift your spine tall. Don't rush to go backward. Open the front. The psoas muscle is getting really nice. You might just stay here. It feels delicious for me. Okay, if you have more, you can take your hands behind your glutes. If you have more, you can go towards your heels, but keep your hips forward. Any variation. Now turn the light on below your shoulder blades. Now take your chin up. Your chin comes last to protect you. Your shoulders create a shelf for your neck. Breathe here, one more breath. Slowly release your hands. Power your belly, come forward. Downward facing dog, good job. All right, shake it off. Walk your dog, do whatever feels good for you. With your next breath, feet together, lift up your right leg. 5 toes down. Bring your foot forward. Make sure you have a block here to the left and in front of you. Bring your left foot closer. Feet will be about hip width apart. Keep your right hand by your right foot on your fingertips or on a block, and then take your left hand in front of you. If you don't have a block, just cupcake your hands, just to lengthen the spine a little bit more. Lengthen your spine, draw the right hip back, breathe. Good. Now from here, bend your right knee slightly, take your left hand to a block or to your floor, whatever you have available, and then lift up your left leg into an L shape. The left glute is active, your right hand to your hip. Stay stable here, and if you have more, then you can shine your heart to the right. Keep your legs together, active. Breathe. Now you can extend your arm. The arm comes last. For 3. Breathe. 2. And 1. Gaze down, bend your right knee, bring your left foot next to the right foot. Chair pose. Breathe. Okay, here we go. We're gonna just do a floating chair pose. So from here, you're gonna bring your hands to your heart center and just turn over to the left. Breathe. Come center, inhale. Exhale to the right. Gaze forward. Slowly come all the way up. Hands to your heart center. Inhale through the nose. Through the mouth, exhale. Take a moment to check in, to nurture your nerve system now with your breath, as if you're turning your inner light in the form of a massage. Trying to calm the mind, to slow down your heart, and to appreciate the fact that even though your practice is a little challenging, you're able to be here and to do it. So everything is relevant, right? We always have the option to do less or to do a little bit more. But with all of that, we don't take for granted that we can breathe freely, that we can see, that we can hear, we can taste, we can talk. Very nice. Okay. So from from here, inhale, gonna open to the left. Open your feet. Pivot your feet slightly. Take your hands behind you, Prasarita Padottanasana. Lift your heart again. Lift, 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 inhale. On the exhale, shine your city bones up, shine your heart forward. Hold on to your ankle, to your outer heels, to your shins, whatever you have. Lengthen your chest halfway, inhale. On the exhale, engage your knees. Lift the arrows from your inner knee to your inner groin. There is an arrow of energy. Then forward fold. Breathe. Shoulders away from your ears. Breathe here. Free your neck. You can go no, yes, whatever works for you. Shine again, engage your knees. We get to forget all of those things. So engage and then lift your chest up and over. With your next breath, hands to your hips. Power your belly. Slowly come all the way up. Good. Extend your arms out. You can hop or walk your feet together. Hands to your heart center. Bring awareness to your left foot. We're going to go into tree pose with a little twist. So it's going to be a little more challenging. If you want more spicy, like much more spicy, you may want to try and balance on the block, which makes it much harder. So I'm just going to go regular. Bring awareness to your left foot. Big toe, little toe. Actually, the mount of your big toe, little toe in the center of your heel. Feel that groundness. Engage the glutes. Lift the energy all the way up to the crown of your head. And now lift up your right heel. You can either stay low, you can go below your knee or above your knee. Okay? And now each tree has its own beauty, right? So you can just stay here. If you want to grow branches, you can. If you want to try something different, ground through your earth, lift your chest, your ribs up, and then twist to the left with your arms. Whoa, here we go. It's challenging, but we are being challenged now. So let's see how can we use this rocky pose right here to teach us to be patient, to quieten the mind, and breathe. Now try to keep your hips forward, so your left ribs twisting to the right. Breathe. Gaze forward. Slowly release. Shake it off. Very nice. Shake it off. We have one more side to do. Notice one side is always different than the other. So ground your foot. Engage all the way up. Decide where your leg is going to be. You don't want to be right on the inside of the knee joint. So find that. Lift your ribs up. Hands to your heart center. Make your own tree, or you're going to come and join me. But there's no collapse in your low back. Your low back is long, your waistline. Then turn to the twist to the right, but keep your hip points forward. Keep lifting your chest up. Keep grounding the earth. For 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly release it. Whoa. Come center, shake it off. So right, we humans, one day is better than others. And if we didn't do it perfectly, we'll forget about it probably within a week even. Right? It's not a big deal. All right, open your feet wide. You may have to adjust your feet. We're going into Warrior 2, turning to the left. So your left foot is out. Your right foot turns in. Bend your left knee to align with your second toe. Now take your hands to your ribs. Turn your ribs to face the wide part of your mat to the right. Find that stability pressing through the outer blade of your right foot. Extend your arms. So now you have an even sensation through your whole body, from the earth, from the feet all the way up. pelvic floor, in and up. Lift your hip points up. Breathe here. Good. Slowly, slowly, bring your hands up and over, straighten your legs. Turn your left foot in, turn your right foot out. Okay? Keep your left hand to your hip. Straighten your chest to the right, Trikonasana. Now draw the hips to the left. Keep drawing, keep drawing, keep drawing. Find placement for your right hand. Going all the way down doesn't necessarily mean good thing, because if your chest is forward, you're not doing Trikonasana or Utthita Trikonasana. So now lift up your back heel and draw the heel back to open your hips slightly. Now you have more opening. Now from here, shine your right rib cage to the ceiling. Okay, so we have side bending and then we have rotation. Lift up your arm. So when we use all of those little adjustments, the practice becomes a lot more challenging because you're accountable for that. Breathe here. With your next breath, bend your knee. Frame your right foot. Actually, don't frame your right foot. Take your hands to the inside. Pick up your back heel and heel toe your right foot to the right. Lower your left knee down. Good. Stay here, or you can come to your forearms. You have many variations here. You can come to your forearms and then you can take a block on the medium setting and put it right above your knee. You're gonna find a nice hip flexor stretch here, a little bit more. And then you can come down to your forearms. Some of you can do the same thing without the block, so it will be more strength. Breathe. And I try for this variation to keep your right knee closer to your chest. Before we go to the outer blade, just stay there. Breathe. Okay, if this works for you and you're in a good place, stay. If you want something a little different, come to your hands. Go to the outer blade of your right foot. You can take the block now under your knee, but come above the knee. So put your knee on, lift up your foot and then walk your knee back so you're on top of the patella. Keep your left hand down to the side. Bend your right elbow, lift your heart, lift your heart, lift your heart, and then see if you can bind. And that's where a strap can come also. You could go to the outer blade of the right foot as another variation. Keep breathing here. Breathe. Slowly release it. Release your leg. Remove the block out of the way. Frame your right foot, walk your right foot in a little bit, three-legged down dog. Open your hip again. And we're going into pigeon. Come all the way forward. Right knee next to the right wrist. Stay with your toes tucked under for now. Just make sure that your heel, your knee, and your hip are aligned together. And then lift your hips off the floor. If you can, draw the right hip back. Draw the right hip back, okay? Now walk your left foot further back and come down. Relax your knee, relax the top of your foot, and then if you have a block, it's nice to put your forehead on that. If you have any other variation, please do so. If you have knee issues, you may have to go to recline pigeon. So you come all the way to your back. Your right ankle will be over the knee, over the left knee. You can stay this way, or you can lift up your left foot off the floor. And breathe. Take a moment to internalize how we create from heat. We can calm the body down, because that could be a situation in our lives as well. Breathe here. One more breath. With your next breath, walk your hands towards you. Shift your weight to your right hip and bring your left foot forward. I'll be here so you can see me. You're going to bring your right foot to the floor. So there's about maybe 2 fist distance between your foot and your inner thigh, okay? Keep your left hand behind you. Lift up your right arm. Come all the way forward and then resist. You can stay like that, perfectly okay. If you have a strap and you want to hold on to bind, you can. If you can bind already without a strap, you can come here. And now this variation sometimes it calls to come forward. Since we did already forward, you're welcome to come up. If you want to use this as a little strength, you're going to shift your weight back a little bit, lifting up your right foot, open your heart, and maybe your left foot comes off the floor. So you're right on your sitting bones, breathe. Remember, options for everyone. Not everyone has to do everything in practice. Lower, I'm just showing you all the options you have. Breathe. Good. Slowly release your hands. Keep your left hand behind you. Lift up your right hand. You can just hold on to your shin, to your outer blade of your foot. Just stay here, or if you want a little bit more strength, power and lift up. And we'll do that a few times. We're going to lower the glutes, don't touch. Lift up, lower, lift up, lower. Last one, lift up, slowly release it. Very nice. Cross your legs. Remember, you can come to down dog whichever way works for you. One way to come is crossing your legs, come forward, and downward facing dog. If you want to do chaturanga here, feel free. We'll meet you in down dog. Inhale and exhale. Feet together, lift up your left leg up. Gaze forward, left foot forward, and then immediately open your legs to the right. Okay, so I'll turn around so you can see me. Take your hands behind you. Open your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your elbows behind you for now. If you have a tripod and you have a healthy neck and you know what you're doing, this is the time to do it. I'm not going to teach it because this is not for online class, but if you have it in your practice, please feel free to do so. If you want something different, you can take your right hand down in front of you, center, bend the left elbow and open. Draw the hips back, draw the right shoulder away from you and externally rotate it. You should be way open now in your hips and your shoulders. We did a lot of hip and shoulder mobility today. Gaze down. Replace your right hand with your left hand. Bend the right elbow, easier on the joint, and then open. Draw the left hip back. Shine your heart forward. Breathe. Every opportunity that you feel challenged, in your mind, I'm breaking into those cobwebs and I'm getting free. The light is always shining ahead of you. Slowly gaze down. Bring your hands to your hips. Engage your core. Slowly come up. Good. From here, you're going to turn your right leg out. Left leg in. Bend the right knee to align with your second toe. Take your hands to your rib cage. Turn your ribs to the left. Now sink down a little bit more. Adjust your feet if you need to. Heel with heel, heel with inner arch. All depends on your anatomy in your body. And then extend your arms. Gaze towards the second finger. Feel even distribution of sensation through your whole body. Is your left leg working as much as the right? Breathe here. Slowly lift your arms up. Turn your right foot in. Turn your left foot out. Again, You may have to adjust your stance a little bit. Take your right hand to your hip. Left arm comes all the way, chest to the left, hips to the right. Chest to the left, hips to the right. Now lift up your back heel slightly and pivot the heel back. Okay, now you can go a little bit further. Find the placement for your hand. Bend the right elbow and open your heart. Now shine your left rib cage to the right, towards the ceiling. Breathe. Shine your heart towards the crown of your head. Breathe. Good. For 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly bend your left knee. Bring both hands to the inside of your left leg. Lift up your back heel. Lower your knee down. That's where you may need your block. So heel toe your left foot out slightly into lizard. Okay? And then if you like to take the block on the second setting, the medium setting, take it above your knee and tuck your right toes under. Okay? You can stay here, you're hugging your knee into your hip, to your chest, and then you can come down to your forearm or stay on your hands. Now the tendency here is to collapse the chest and the heart and your head. Your head weighs between 10 and 15 pounds. So every inch that goes down, it's an extra 10 pounds of weight. So try to create a nice integrity of your upper body. Your heart is shining forward. Your elbows dragging you towards the back of your mat. And breathe. Remember, you can stay here if you want a little bit something different. You're going to come to your hands. You can lower your block to the lower setting. Come above the block. Come your knees on the block. Lift up your foot and walk your knee back slightly so you're on top of the patella. Heel toe your left foot out. Keep your right hand grounded. Bend the left elbow. Lengthen your spine tall. No compression in your low back. And then reach behind you. Maybe a strap you have here. You can go to the outer blade. Shine your heart forward. And externally rotate the right shoulder. Breathe. Keep making your spine long. Very nice. So this class could be 2 hours so easily. I always try to make it less, but I think it's worth it, right? I'd rather do a good job and give you everything your body needs without a rush. So your body deserves an extra 10 minutes. Release the back of your foot, lift up the block. Walk your left foot in, three-legged down dog. Open your hips, tuck your hips. And pigeon pose. Remember, variation, knee next to your wrist. If you need to go on your back to modify, please do so. So keep your right toes tucked under for now. Lift up your knee and draw the left hip back, just to open your hip flexors a little bit more. Breathe here, breathe, push the floor, and then relax the thigh, relax top of your foot, and come down. If you have a block, it feels good to put your forehead. Breathe. Energetically, you're still feeling your left hip is drawing to the back of your mat. Your heart is shining forward. Slowly, slowly, come up. Bring your hands by you. Shift your weight to the left. Swing your right leg forward. I'll come here so you can see me. Your left foot is about 2 fist distance from your right leg. Flex your right foot. Right hand behind you. Lift up your left arm. Press the floor down with your sitting bones. Lift your chest, lift your ribs, and then come forward and create a sense of resistance. Some of you will stay here, it's beautiful right there. Keep breathing. If you have a bind or a strap, you can do that too. You can stay here, you can open your heart. This is your practice, do whatever feels good for you. Anatomically, this is all good. Whichever way you go, you're gonna benefit in a different way. If you want more heat, shift your weight back just a little bit. Lift up your left foot, squeeze the inner legs, lift up your right leg. Oh, ho, ho, ho. There is the balance. Breathe. Your right leg has to be super strong, your back long. Breathe. Remember, you can stay here. Very nice. Slowly release. Release your bind if you have it. Take your right hand behind you. Lift up your left arm. Options. You can hold on to your shin, you can hold on to the outside of your knee. You can do it in each and every way or just stay here. You want a little bit more, you're gonna come all the way forward. See if you can hold on to your outer foot or your outer ankle. Lift up the neck, power, and lift your hips. Whoops. There you go. Each side is always different, so we're waking it up. Lift, lower your hips down. Lift, lower. Just one more. Lift and lower. Beautiful. Slowly release it. Come to the front of your mat. Find a block. All the way back. Come all the way back. Hug your knees to your chest. Roll one side or another. And the whole time I forgot to put my little music because I got distracted. So for the music lovers, my apologies. But maybe you could hear your breath better. Breathe. Okay, so we're gonna go here. If you have shoulder stand, go ahead and do your thing. Otherwise, you come in with me for sleeping tiger. So you have a block. Take the block under your sacrum, the base of your spine. Lift up your legs. So make sure that you're really protected there with your low back. Shift your legs up. You can bring your hands up. Breathe. Close your eyes. Flex your feet. Get in an inversion, even though we did inversions, you know, down dog is an inversion, and the Prasarita with wide-legged forward fold is an inversion. Slowing down your heart rate here. Slowly, slowly. If you're in shoulder stand, come down very slowly. Use your core. If you're in that sleeping tiger, bend your knees. Lift your hips. Move the block out of the way. Lengthen your tailbone. Lift up your feet again. Open your arms in a T and just slowly drop your knees to the right. Gaze to the, drop your knees to one side that gaze opposite, doesn't matter where you are. Come center, inhale, drop your knees to the opposite side. Slowly come center. Extend your legs out into Shavasana. Hold on to opposite elbows. Create space between your shoulder blades and let them drop. Well-deserved Shavasana. I hope your garbage truck is much emptier now. I hope you have more understanding to be patient with other people. And instead of arguing with them, maybe just smile and wave your hand and say everything is cool. In Jamaica, they say everything is irie. Everything is good. Take a deep inhale. And through the mouth, exhale. Take a moment to notice your back body sinking into the earth. And now from your third eye, as you use your inner light, your inner flashlight, to guide you, to offer you awareness, let your inner pillar of light now be a form of healing, a form of energizing every cell in your body. So notice as you're traveling from your third eye, down your nose, your lips, your chin, your throat, your collarbones, down your heart, your navel, your hips, your legs, all the way to the soles of your feet. You can see your pillar of light turned on. And then your arms are turned on. The crown of your head that has this ray of light radiating from your body. Allow your body to be light, as if you're floating within your body. The earth is supporting you, and there is a sense of peace, contentment, inner joy and happiness. Each breath, you inhaling love, compassion. Each exhalation, you exhaling compassion, love, peace, joy to everyone around you. The more you accept you, the more you appreciate you, the more you have to give. Your inner light is always there to offer you guidance and strength. Bring your hands to your heart center. That's your sacred place right here. Bend your knees. And slowly roll over to a fetus pose. The most important thing about your practice is how can you connect your mat time to your daily life. So it doesn't just become a workout, but it's definitely a work-in for lifetime. Slowly push up to a comfortable seat. We bring our hands to our heart center. We bow our head to our hearts to remind us to stay humble and grounded. Deep inhale, deep exhale, and I offer each and every one of you my love, my compassion, my gratitude to you for being here every week. Please share this beautiful energy with everyone around you. Leave comments on our page there. We always love to hear from you. Namaste. Thank you.